Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Legion Reacts, episode number 209. Now, what we're going to be taking a look at is a video that I've been meaning to put out probably since I was less than 100 episodes. What I'm going to be talking about is I don't get a lot of comments about this anymore, but I used to get a lot of very strongly willed comments about the fact that, yes, Rachel McAdams sang in the Eurovision Song Contest movie all the songs. Now, with that being said, I am not taking anything away from Molly. Molly Sandén is someone who is phenomenal. So the Eurovision Song Contest script, the Eurovision movie script, was completed and approved about 2.5 months before Eurovision 2019 in Tel Aviv was set to kick off, and they needed obviously the European Broadcasting Union was very gracious in helping them perform that. So what they needed to do is they had to get drop the songs, get the soundboards, and basically the performance movements ready. And so Rachel McAdams was hired initially, and David Dobkin, the director, said, "Hey, she's like, how am I going to, lip sync these songs?" He's like, "You're not. You're really gonna sing." And she's like, "Ew." So they got her the vocal coach of Ariana Grande, and they trained for probably about 2 months before recording the songs. And Molly was chosen in an interview with Rachel. She was chosen because Molly's voice was so close to Rachel's, and they needed a Scandinavian singer, obviously, because Iceland and stuff like that. So, with that being said, it was all predetermined for Rachel to sing. Eurovision: How a Real Life Contestant Found Unlikely Redemption in Netflix's New Movie. Swedish pop singer Molly Sandén, who is a treasure, competed on the Eurovision 4 times and lost. Nearly 15 years later, she got a call to return, kind of, via Netflix's new film starring Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams. This is from Vanity Fair by Julie Miller, back in June 26, 2020. We all know this iconic picture of Rachel McAdams singing Husavik and basically blowing the lid off, because this was legitimate. There were soundstage stuff too that they reproduced, and they did soundboards, but Rachel McAdams and Will Ferrell did perform in front of the Eurovision crowd in 2019 in Tel Aviv. I think it's the venue 2 or something like that is where it was. Will Ferrell said in an interview that they performed in front of, it was like, a venue of 10,000 people. The venue holds like 9,983 people or something like that, or something close to 10,000. So we're not gonna like look at all the meat and potatoes here. We're gonna skip down to where it's okay. When she recorded Husavik, that's Molly, Sigurd's triumphant ballad, Sandén incorporated at a very high note with the same star inducing crescendo she practiced in her basement and used in her first Eurovision song, which is phenomenal. And that's one thing that Rachel struggled with, was the higher notes, because she's not, of course, classically trained, but she is vocally trained. She has not had the years of it, but at the same time, she has had minor vocal training and stuff like that. It was always her goal as a kid to to be in kind of like show tunes on maybe like Broadway and stuff. But she's not a world renowned singer. So they needed somebody because the short time frame they couldn't train her to the level they needed. That they needed Molly to step in, and rightfully so. She said, "When I saw the movie, I got goosebumps." Said Sandane. Her and her voice come out of McAdam's mouth on that Eurovision stage because it was like she is me, because she is you, she is you. You guys are one and the same. They combined their voices. Savan Kotecha, the writer of the several of the songs, especially Husavik, the writer of Husavik and the producer of the music, Savan Kotecha, combined their voices. So Molly filmed her part, recorded her vocals, Rachel recorded her vocals, Will recorded his vocals. They combined them together to make the soundtrack and ultimately the movie. Now, in the movie, there are some changes because obviously Husavik was the song that was recorded mostly live because it's the star it's the it's the iconic ballad. So Husavik was very different. It has a lot more live elements to it from the actual Eurovision performance in 2019 in Tel Aviv. And I've alluded to that in other videos, but I'm not going to allude to that in this one. I can go further into it if there's intrigue from this video going forward, but this one's just trying to set the record straight. Don't be mad at me. I'm just presenting the facts. Don't shoot the messenger. If you don't like the results of this, I hate to say it, I don't care. This is the truth. You can't say 2 plus 2 equals 7. This is it. This is the facts, dudes. I'm sorry. This is it. And I'm going to tell you right now. According to Netflix, who made the movie, Senden's vocals were mixed with McAdam's own voice for the tracks. That's all the tracks. Not one of the tracks, not like half a track. All of the tracks. In a separate phone call with Vanity Fair, Eurovision's music producer Savan Kotecha said that Senden and McAdam's tones worked so well together that in playing back certain tracks, he had a hard time differentiating between the vocals. That's because he wrote the song. He mixed the voices together. Molly was chosen because her voice was so close to Rachel's. Now, that doesn't take anything away from the two ladies. It doesn't. If anything, that means that they're both superstars. I mean, between Molly and Rachel's voice and Rachel's performance at the real Eurovision Song Contest on separate sound stages, to fill in the gap. The iconic song of Husavik, which is probably now my favorite song in the history of the world, like seriously, would not be a thing. You know what? I'm not gonna read this second part. You can feel free to read it. No, I will read it. Never mind. But Senden, who has seen the film, said she only noticed McAdam's voice in a scene in which the actor was singing to herself in front of a piano. Look, I'm not going to elaborate on that too much. Molly's young. That's probably ego talking because she feels a little spurned by Eurovision. And I don't blame her for that. But the truth of the fact is that that's not the case. Molly sang her part, Rachel sang her part, and then Rachel filmed the movie. David Dobkin, Savan Kotecha, Netflix, they made the movie. Once Molly's singing part was done, she was no longer in it. That was it. Her part was done. And I think maybe she's a little grumpy that that Rachel got to perform at the actual Eurovision Song Contest, the song, which I can definitely understand. But I would love to see maybe her and Rachel perform the song together in the future. It maybe is an entertainment performance. Eurovision 2022 or 23 or 24. I mean, I'd watch that. Moving on next, the IMDb. The Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga soundtracks. Volcano Man, written and produced by Gustav Holter and Christian Persson. Performed by Will Ferrell, Rachel McAdams, and Molly Sandén. Ya Ya Ding Dong, written and produced by Gustav Holter and Christian Persson. Performed by Will Ferrell, Rachel McAdams, and Molly Sandén. Double Trouble, one of my favorite songs, written by Sivan Kotecha, Arthur Bjergsen, and Rami Yacoub. Produced by Sivan Kotecha, Arthur Bjergsen, Rami Yacoub for MXM Productions. Performed by Will Ferrell, Rachel McAdams, and Molly Sandén. And finally, and certainly not least, the song of the hour, Husavik, My Hometown, written by Sivan Kotecha, Rikard Göransson, Max Gran. Produced by Sivan Kotecha and Rikard Göransson and Max Gran, MXM Productions. Performed by Will Ferrell, Rachel McAdams, and Molly Sandén. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. My sole purpose for this channel is to be honest. From the beginning, I've made mistakes, and I've said, "Hey, my bad." And I've said it on video too, like, "Hey, my bad." And I've admitted that in the comments. I try to react with, almost everyone's comment. If it's a negative comment, I might bypass it. So I try to react with everyone, discuss with everyone, but this is one that I could not let go because I got a lot of, ugliness. After the movie came out, and a little while after the movie came out, and I got a couple comments just a few days ago, because apparently there's still a thing. I don't know. If you have a gripe about it, you have a gripe with Netflix and David Dobkin and Sivan Kotecha, who all made the movie and produced the music and wrote the songs. Your gripe is not with me. I'm here to report what's true. And that's it. And this is what's true. Molly Sandén and Rachel McAdams shared vocal credit for Secret. Rachel McAdams performed the songs live under the voice track, obviously, but her voice was in there, so which means that she still performed them, and she was rightfully so probably given more credit than Molly was. And I think that's where maybe the animosity is. Now, I have a lot of respect and a lot of love for Molly. And she, especially her fans as well, are always welcome on my channel. And I want to make sure that remains the same way. But I want to be honest, because being honest is what it is. And that's how I am on my other channel, Legion Talk, where we discuss pop culture, politics, stuff like that, real world stuff. I still have my opinions, but I'm going to give you the most honest opinion of what I understand and bring you the best, facts I can forward. I'm not here to make nobody feel bad or try to cut nobody down, but please note that I didn't make this movie, they did, and they're the ones who are stating this. And it's a gem of a movie, because it made me fall in love with Eurovision, and quite frankly, the song Husavik and Molly and Rachel are gems for their part in that movie, because it's made this YouTube channel. It's made my YouTube channel, and I am forever grateful for that. And I will continue to move forward with Eurovision content. But you know why? Because I love it now. Because of that movie. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I hope you all know that. This is a more serious video. I know it's not the usual fun style, but I wanted to get personal, and I wanted to get honest, and I wanted to report what was real. I appreciate you guys. I'll definitely talk to you again real soon. See ya.